3:07, we received a distress call from our security, from the Nordcom Security Agency, via radio requesting emergency medical assistance at Scout Hill area for case of a mass casualty incident, MCI, involving the loop, the electronic bus. So at 3:07, immediately we dispatched the emergency team from the base going to the Scout Hill. So a total of 42 packs yung responders. Pero yung emergency responders po natin was 6. Anim din po ang ating fire from the JHMC team, yung firefighters from the JHMC team. There were also 2 organic securities, 1 EAMD personnel, several GSD or General Services personnel, and several Nordcom security personnel. So our arrival is 3:08. Official arrival of our team is 3:08. That's 1 minute after the call. So ganun po kabilis ang ating responde dahil malapit lang po and strategic ang ating office. So nakapag-response po tayo agad. Ang estimated arrival natin is 1 minute after the call. So E-bus was seen into the picnic area and it was an unsafe terrain with several bystanders pushing it consecutively. Bystanders verbally reported that there is a trapped victim under the E-bus. So kung mapapansin nyo po, sa mga nagsi-circulate na videos, I'm sure nakita nyo na, makikita nyo doon na sa gilid or sa mga gilid-gilid, meron pong spine board, yung orange. Yung spine board na yun, binaba muna ng ating emergency response team para tumulong sa pagbuhat. So kung mapapansin nyo po, half of the people na tumulong doon while waiting for our boom. Meron po tayong boom. Pero syempre dahil nauna na po yung ating personnel, so ginawa na po nila ng paraan, mano-mano na, manual muna while waiting for the boom. So at 3:09, JHMC conducted scene size up accordingly and initiated simple triage and rapid treatment system and started initial search, rescue, and extrication procedures. So simultaneously, responders check for necessary first aid assistance, rescue for 1 trapped female victim under the bus. Upon extraction, the head and neck were slightly twisted, no response, no pulse, and no breathing na po. So kumalap po yung ating emergency response team. Nag-check po tayo kung sino pa yung ibang kailangan ng paunang gamot. And fortunately, nakita po yung iba. Yung iba is mayroon po tayong report na sila na po yung mismong tumakbo sa ospital. Sila na po yung mismong nagtakbo ng sarili nila sa ospital. Yung nakuha naman po natin ng mga patients, training po natin in-assess kung kailangan dalhin sa ospital. So 3:10, we called for backup from the Smart City Command Center, was called for backup and was advised that they already dispatched additional team for backup, cordoning the area and the crowd control. Kasi syempre with this response, pag medyo wala po tayong crowd control, hindi po maayos ang ating pag-responde. So 3:10 also, additional team, including our security personnel na tumulong. At 3:11, dumating na rin po ang JHMC firefighters. Arrive at the scene, considering the current and unsafe situation, sila na po yung nag-stabilize ng E-bus. Kasi kung mapapansin niyo po, yung E-bus nakatagilid. Nakaganyan po siya dahil yung pinagpasukan niya medyo bangin. So kailangan po i-stabilize yun dahil kung umikot po yun, mas malaking casualty or mas malaking problema po ang mangyayari. So good thing na after few minutes from 3:07, 3:11, na-stabilize po ang bus. So 3:12, ambulance arrived. CDRRMO 949, ambulance arrived at the scene. JHMC and CDRRMO responders took charge of the scene and led the group in order to push the bus and manually extricate the victim from careful maneuvers. 3:11 at 3:14, patient was extricated. Upon assessment, no sign of life. So 3:18, continued response procedure, patient care and operations. No? So nandyan na po yung ating boom truck that time. Magkakasama na po sila ang ating firefighters, ang ating emergency responders. In coordination na po ito, kasama na po lahat. Ang BFP personnel, no, ang Bureau of Fire Personnel, nandun na rin po sa senaryo. No? And we continued our assistance until 4:36 p.m. We assisted the grieving family members of the patient to go to the Bell House and rest for a while providing psychological first aid. No? Kasi importante rin po dito na kahit paano ma-assess agad natin yung trauma na natanggap nila. Hindi man physical but of course the psychological impact. No, lalo na po may mga bata no, na nandun. So, 4:51, arrival of the loop operator. Key personnel from the loop operator, the relatives of the patient who was declared dead on the spot were invited to go to our office to have a meeting and discuss everything. You know. From 4:53, nag-meeting na po sila, nag-usap na po sila hanggang dumating po ang SOCO. We waited for SOCO, we coordinated with SOCO para sila po ang mag-investigate pa. No? And from 6:10, dumating na po yung BMC team to pick up the cadaver. No? So from that po, mapapansin nyo yung sequence. No? Although, syempre, naiintindihan po natin na pag nandoon ka sa senaryo, parang ang tagal. No? Naiintindihan po natin na pag nandoon ka mismo or ikaw mismo yung victim, parang ang tagal. Pero our chronological order of events was supported also by PNP. So, ito po yung naging action namin. Yesterday, we went to the family of the victim. Hindi po sila dito sa Baguio, so pinuntahan po namin. But with respect to their address, dahil pakiusap po nila is don't expose the personal details. No? So nakikiusap din po ako sa inyo. Actually, same po sa lahat ng victims ito, nakikiusap ako na huwag po sana i-expose ang pangalan nila. Siguro po, let's make a general how to address them. Dahil same po kami nang natatanggap, nag-follow up kami kaninang umaga sa kanilang lahat. At ang request po nila, nakakadagdag po kasi sa trauma yung pagbanggit sa pangalan nila. Dahil syempre, habang nakikita pangalan nila, daming tumatawag sa kanila, tinatanong sila, nare-recall po nila yung victim. So let's respect the prayer of the victims. So we coordinated with everyone. Kagabi po, we went to the house of the victim, yung pong napawian ng buhay. No? Tinanong po natin ano ba yung initial na kailangan nila. Kasi before po sila bumaba ng Sabado, nakapagbigay na po tayo ng initial financial aid. No? It's a humanitarian consideration for us na kailangan natin, syempre, mabigyan sila ng assistance. No? Dahil dito nangyari sa loob ng kampo ang insidente. No? And sa amin naman po, of course, we recognize our responsibility as the administrators of the camp, no, na hindi man sa atin directly yung bus, hindi man tayo yung mismong operator ng bus, but of course, we recognize the fact that it happened under our administration. So, lahat po ng tulong na pwede namin extend, we extended. No? So, first is nagbigay po kami ng financial aid with respect also to the family. Ayaw na po namin sabihin yung amount to the victim. And we are planning to give also financial aid sa mga nasaktan po. No? We have coordinated with us this morning. We have coordinated with them this morning para po makamusta sila habang sinisecure po namin yung funds and the authority from our board
to give assistance, no? Dahil syempre tulad po na sabi ko, humanitarian considerations po na kailangan natin magpakita ng accountability dahil nangyari po ito dito sa loob ng kampo and we recognize our responsibility because of that. No? After that, binisita po natin at nalaman natin na okay naman sila. Sabi nila sa amin is mag-usap na lang after my living. So we respected that. Kanina umaga naman po, buong umaga, nag-coordinate po tayo sa lahat ng stakeholders na ano. So pumunta po tayo sa Station 4, kinausap din po natin yung driver, inalam din po natin yung lagay niya. So as of the moment, nandun pa po siya sa presinto, no? Na nakakasakop dito sa atin. Meron na pong full report ang PNP at regarding dun sa case, sila na lang po siguro ang tamang tao to discuss, no? Kami naman po ay chine-check namin yung situation, inaalam namin ano ba talaga yung nangyari. Kasi po ang amin is gusto namin na hindi na maulit. Gusto namin makita lahat ng cause para ma-address po natin. So isa sa assessment natin ang pakikipag-usap sa punong tagapamahala ng stasyon kung saan nakakasakop sa atin. Tinanong po natin kung ano yung assessment nila and nag-usap na po kami kung paano i-address yung nakita nilang pwede pang i-improve. And also, kaninang umaga rin po, nagkaroon kami ng meeting with our Land and Asset Management Division. Pina-assess po natin agad-agad yung scenario, yung buong Scout Hill, and pinapa-check po natin kung ano yung pwede natin i-improve sa area, no? Kung ano yung pwede natin ilagay para hindi na maulit yung mga ganitong insidente. Hindi lang po sa Scout Hill, sa buong kampo, tinitignan na po natin lahat ng possible na pwede pang mangyari, no? So far po, initial na assessment namin is of course to secure yung mga pedestrian, no? Pina-assess na po natin lahat, yung pedestrian walks natin, lahat ipapa-check po natin kung tama pa ba yung location, yung mga railings po natin, ipapa-check po natin kung sapat pa ba siya or kailangan na rin i-update pati yung ating mga walkway, no? At the same time, kanina umaga rin po, nag-meeting din po kami ng aming security division, no? Kung sino yung nakakasakop ng mga ganitong insidente. And of course, I have to commend them. No? Nandito po sila, led by Colonel Lentestan, if you can go here to be recognized. I wanted to recognize them because of the fast response. Yung pag-responde po nila, no, na 1 minute, no, na kasama po niya ang officer, si Sir Rupert, and the rest of the emergency responders. So they are composed of nurses, no? Lahat po sila is well equipped. Last year po tayo bumuo ng team. Last year po. And proven na yan. Ako mismo first hand naka-witness na pag nangyari po sa labas ng camp, 5 minutes nandun na po tayo. Dito sa loob ng camp, dahil kahapon lang po nangyari, nung Friday lang po nangyari, sorry. 1 minute po nandun na tayo pagkatawag ng dispatch. So we have to commend din kahit na ano man yung situation, hindi sila nagpanic, alam nilang ginawa nila, and we assure the people na nasunod po yung SOP or yung protocol natin when it comes to these kinds of situations. No? They handled it well, nandun po sila during the time, and naipakita po natin na even without big equipments, dahil ito hindi naman po inaasahan, di ba? So sino naman po makakapagsabi na kailangan mo mag-standby ng boom truck doon para buhatin yung bus. So with that, nagkaroon pa rin po ng initiative, no? And also yung taong bayan po na tumulong para buhatin po yung truck para ma-pull po yung nasa loob, no? So we commend everyone for helping for helping the victims during that incident, and of course, our emergency responders dahil itong mga ito po, 24/7 po sila. Since last year, they have been very active. Nakita ko po yung initiative nila. Sila na rin po gumawa ng karamihan ng ating assessment. No? And since last year, they have been trying to improve our old policies. No? Since last year, they have been trying to improve everything. Inoorasan po namin yung pag-responde nila inside or outside the economic zone, basta po within our jurisdiction at hindi po tayo nakakaabala sa trabaho ng LGU. And of course, let me also take this opportunity to thank the LGU dahil napakabilis din po ng respond nila, ng pag-responde nila. No? Ang ganda po ng coordination natin with them. Pagkatawag po natin, asking for a backup dahil syempre limited po tayo. Nandyan din po sila kagad-agad. Hindi po tayo pinabayaan, wala nang tanong-tanong na kahit ano. Nandyan po sila. No? So, itong mga ganitong times, ma-appreciate po natin yung collaboration and coordination of agencies. Not only us, but of course yung BFP, yung Station 4, lahat po ng tumulong. No? So, maraming salamat po sa ating emergency responders. At because of them, na-control po natin yung area at na-prevent natin yung bus from pagbaliktad. No? Na kung hindi man sila, malamang yon na hindi na na-control, baka umikot or nahulog, mas malaki po yung damage na mangyayari. And thank you. So, kinausap na rin po natin yung operator. No? Humingi rin po tayo ng guidance sa kanila. No? Dapat kailangan asikasuhin yung victims. And nangako naman po sila sa atin na mag-a-assist sila sa victims kung ano pa yung kailangan ng victims. No? Tayo po ay nandito lamang din. No? Yun po yung pinapakot ko na ang kampo po ay safe. No? Chinek din po namin, of course, dahil napakarami namin narinig na because of the bus, because it's EV, no? Wala pong, chinek po namin yung bus because medyo advanced po yung tech ng bus. Wala pong fault yung mechanical. Wala pong nakitang mechanical fault. No? Wala pong nakita na, kumbaga, in good condition po yung bus. And of course, hindi rin po kasi namin hahayaan or papabayaan na umikot yan or magsakay ng passenger na hindi dumaan sa tama. No? So we constantly check if it's being, ano ba tawag dito, namomonitor nila PMS, yung mga pangangailangan po ng EV. And nakita naman natin na tama naman yung pangangalaga nila sa EV. And also, yung mismong EV, wala naman kaming nakitang problema. But then again, pinapa-double check po natin yan. We want to assure the people, no, dahil po, pinahinto ko po agad-agad yung loop. During that time, pagkatawag po sa akin na may incident na ganun, pinahinto ko po agad yung loop regardless kung nasaan siya. Kasi hindi po natin alam kung ano yung naging fault. So, sinecure po muna natin na hindi maulit or hindi matagdagan. So, pinahinto po natin. Hanggang ngayon po, wala po tayong loop ngayon dahil gusto ko po, hindi lang twice but thrice na i-check kung talagang walang mechanical malfunction. No? Gusto ko pa rin pong masigurado na hindi ito mauulit. No? Kumbaga, isolated po yung pangyayari at wala pong may gusto nun. Siyempre, wala naman pong ang ating pong pinagdadasal ay magtuloy-tuloy ang momentum ng kampo. No? Magtuloy-tuloy ang magagandang nangyayari. No? Kasi hindi lang naman po kami yan, in collaboration with everyone, in collaboration, of course, with other agencies lagi. No? So yun po, kung meron po kayong mga katanungan, pwede po akong
Thank you very much, sir. We now open the questions to media. Magandang hapon po. Sir, parang wala po kasi na-mention what really happened? What was the cause of the accident, if it's an accident?
Yes, nabanggit ko po yan na there's no mechanical error. No, there's no mechanical error. So I leave the investigation to the driver, to the PNP. No, kasi po, meron po silang official report regarding it. Nakausap ko na po sila, but of course, with due respect to the PNP, dahil yan po ay kanilang korte, yan ang kanilang side naman. And I think meron na silang initial na uh, statements circulating. Sa amin po kasi, ang importante sa amin, hindi na maulit talaga.
Marisa.
Sir, does this mean tuloy yung kontrata ng provider considering na August tayo nag-start, parang 6 months po yata yung napirmahan? Or ano po ba yung napirmahan nyo with the provider or the operator?
It's supposed to be continuous until such time that we come up with a study or they come up with a proposal on how to have it long term. No? Pero dahil po sa insidente, pinahinto ko po muna sila and gusto namin i-assess muna. Tulad na sabi ko po kanina, hindi ko po nililimit yung assessment ko doon sa bus na involved. Ipapa-assess ko rin po yung ibang bus nila. And then, titingnan din po namin yung naging conditions ng kanilang mga drivers. No? Titignan din po namin kung paano po ba ang kanilang employment relations sa kanilang mga drivers para ma-assure na tama po ang kalagayan ng mga driver dahil ang amin po, kailangan pag nagda-drive ka, lahat ng senses mo gumagalaw. Kailangan active ka. Diba? And for you to do that, kailangan healthy yung lifestyle or healthy ka. Hindi ka puyat, hindi ka pagod na pagod. So yun po, pati po yun, ipapa-assess po natin.
Base sa kontrata ng video operator, ano ang liability ng GHMC when it comes to these incidents?
There is no employer-employee contract and the operator is a third party. So, zero liability po ang GHMC. Kaya po, nabanggit ko kanina na yung binibigay natin na financial aid or financial support is our humanitarian and of course moral obligation. No? Legal obligation, wala po. But of course, dahil within our vicinity, within our jurisdiction, we take full responsibility of the scenario.
Sir, gusto ko lang tanongin ulit, sino po ang nag-confirm yung pagkakasunod-sunod po at yung time nung pag-respond po ng ating mga police?
Yes. So, yung chronological order of events, sa atin po yan. Report natin yan sa, yun po yung pinapasa ng ating emergency responders na pinapatunayan po ng mga sectors or ng mga agencies na nandun mismo sa lugar. No? In this case, kanina po, kausap ko si Station 4 and sila po yung nag-confirm dun sa logical order. And also, ma'am, just to reiterate, yung reports po nila is meron pong geotag pictures and evidences before po nila i-file ito sa ating office.
Okay, sir. Kasi dun sa interview po namin, dun sa, nabanggit mo naman kanina, sir, na pag ikaw naman talaga nandun, medyo parang mas matagal. However, parang late dumating ang PNP, so paano ka lang
Sa aming assessment, kasi binibase ko po yung, napanood ko yung interview nyo actually, and on your interview and on your video, nakita nyo yung, tulad yung binanggit ko kanina ng stretchers, yung orange, nandoon na siya. Kasi during that time, ang ating emergency responders, most of them naka-civilian. Hindi po sila naka-uniform, lalo yung iba. No, kasi yung iba doon, nandoon lang, tulad ng aming GSD, ng aming personnel, nandoon lang. Ang mapapansin nyo lang kaagad dyan, tulad yan, if you check their uniform, i-blend nyo sila sa tao, i-blend nyo dito, hindi masyadong halata. Pero if you double check the videos na kumakalat, yung equipments po namin, nandoon na. Pinaka-importante po yun na nakita namin doon, yung stretchers, yung power tools nila na nandun nakalapag na. Dahil isang indication yun na nandoon ng aming emergency responders regardless kung mahalata mong siya yon or hindi. Kasi importante doon, may kanya-kanya po kasi silang tasking. Hindi po lahat magkukumpulan. So, yung iba sa kanila, i-assess yung casualty. Yung iba, umiikot, nag-search and rescue. Yung iba naman, nag-i-interview na, nag-a-assess ng nangyari. And yung iba, nagdo-document.
Okay po, sir. Sir, we are happy to know na nakapag-usap na kayo ng family. Pero itanong ko lamang po, kasi nung that time din po, nung pagdating po namin, ang tanong po ng family, bakit walang mga heads of JHMC na umaasikaso, umaharap sa kanila? Parang it took them 2 to 3 hours na nag-aantay na may lumapit. Nasaan po ang mga heads po noon?
Yes, during the time of the incident, nandun na po ang ating security manager. No? Ang security manager heads the emergency team. No? And siya po yung kausap ko doon. Ako po mismo yung kausap niya. Ako yung nagbibigay ng instructions kung paano. Kung mapapansin niyo po, pagdating niyo doon, di ba, you ask permission from me na dahil na-cordon na siya. Di ba? Dahil na-secure na namin yung area. It's because of the instructions of our top management. Hindi po porque walang nakausap, wala na doon. Yun lang talaga, syempre, during that time, meron siguro silang ibang ina-assess or something. Pero ang masisigurado ko sa inyo, nandun po ang aming security manager. Kasi on the spot, siya yung kausap ko mismo, siya nagbibigay ng report, and tayo naman sa top, tayo naman yung nag-oversight. Kasi kailangan, pinapacheck din po namin agad yung ibang aspect. Not only the emergency response, but of course, kamusta yung gates natin, baka may dinudumog na iba or something. So kailangan coordinated po lahat. So ako, I believe na yung senaryong yun, lahat ng tao na dapat kung nasaan siya, nandun siya during that time.
Sir, last na lang po, we appreciate itong mga free rides po natin. Pero if I may ask po, bakit meron tayong free ride inside the park? Knowing that here in Baguio, we are promoting Baguio as a walkable city. So it's really a need to have this special park naman. So mas masarap sana kung ang mga tourists natin ay naglalakad po.
Yes, thank you. No, it's my first time to encounter that question since the time that it started, but I appreciate that because it's for me to address why. No? Meron tayong free ride because we listen to the people. No, ang problema nila during that time that we started or during the time that we listened to them was the mobility inside the camp. Unang-una, it's not only for tourists. Malaking bagay po ito sa ating mga nagtatrabaho sa loob ng kampo. Thousands po nagtatrabaho sa ating camp. No? Na pagbaba po nila sa gate, maglalakad po sila. So yung mga Tagaluwakan, maglalakad kung ang trabaho niya dito po sa likod. And nakita niyo naman po ang slope ng ating kampo. Pagdating mo doon, pagod ka na, hingal ka na. No? Second po, syempre, we wanted the tourists to experience. No? We not only showcase the mobility, but also the carbon emission na wala tayong carbon emission. No? Na we're moving forward to a cleaner energy. No? Ang gusto po kasi natin sana, mag-park na sila somewhere, and kung may gusto silang puntahan, they will use the loop. No? So, ang gusto natin dyan, bukod sa makatulong sa mobility, malesen yung cars going around. Dahil mapapansin niyo po, konti lang naman yung pupunta dito sa ating golf estate, tapos pupunta dyan sa Scout Hill. Kukunti po ang maglalakad. No? So, yun po to address it. Na instead na pupunta ka sa Starbucks, going to Scout Hill, magkotse ka pa, meron ka ng ride. Para pwede ka mag-iwan somewhere na lang, tapos gamitin mo na yung ating free ride. No? So it's more of not only an experience for tourists, mobility for the employees, and also to lessen the carbon emission or the carbon footprint inside the camp.
Mountain Beacon and
President Manjit, from 4 naging 6 na pala yung injured. So do we have any updates on how they are? Are they still in hospital or are they okay?
Yes, ma'am. Kanina umaga po, tinawagan po namin ulit silang lahat. Wala na pong nasa ospital. No? Lahat sila nakalabas na. Yung 6 po na yan is, yung iba sa kanila, hindi na na-ospital. Na-discharge na. Yung, may na-treat po tayo dito mismo ng ating emergency responders na hindi na dinala. Opo, counted na siya. So, yun po yung recorded namin. Pero tulad nga po na sabi ko, baka mamaya mayroong nasaktan, hindi na nagpa-record, umalis na lang. No? So, kung ano man po yung kailangan nila, tulad nga po na sabi namin, we will endorse them, of course, to the operator. Kung ano yung kailangan nila, we will endorse it to them. And also, kung ano yung kaya naming assistance, we will also give.
Sa transport ito sa loob ng company, ito is an experimental one. Ang sinasabi ng LTFRB, dapat kumuha sila ng special permit coming from them. Especially, they are ferrying passengers. Para sana, may security, may insurance sila. At unlike this incident na walang insurance yung mga tao na sumakay sa sasakyan na yun. Would you consider na i-require kung tutuloy yung loop system natin na kumuha ng permit sa LTFRB?
Isa po yan sa mga tinitignan nating aspect, no? Ang tinitignan po natin is for them to secure and to get insurance. Yan po yung isa nating tinitignan, no? As per compliance is concerned, we will leave it to the operator kasi sila po yung kailangang makipag-coordinate sa LTFRB, no? Pero as far as we are concerned, meron po silang certification from LTO, no? And as mandated, nung chinek po namin, yun yung kailangan nila for us. Or yun yung kailangan nila. No? Pero doon naman sa aspeto ng insurance, yun, isa po yan sa importante na kailangan namin pag-usapan talaga and i-require moving forward.
This is not to undermine the capability of the provider, but as part of our due diligence, did you conduct a assessment to determine really if the operator has a technical expertise of deploying EPAS within the country?
Yes, sir. When we started and also on follow-up meetings with them, no, we always put that in mind. Now, we have to be notified if there's new employees or new people from them. No? And consistent naman sila na lahat ay kabisado yung kanilang produkto o yung kanilang, what do you call this, bus. No? And also, yung supplier po kasi nila, active din dito sa atin, sa community, nakakausap din natin. Kinakausap din po natin, hiningihan din po natin ng assurance. No? Constantly, we coordinate with them. We get assurance from them na walang problema. No? Walang nagiging problema. Lalo na po nung, syempre, ang loop po natin pataas pababa. So constantly yan, tinatanong namin kung kaya ba, okay ba yung makina, knowledgeable ba yung kanilang drivers, and constant naman or consistent naman sila na sinasabi na okay po sila. Lalong-lalo na po nung December, continuous pong follow-up natin. No? To be just to be honest, kaya yun din po yung reason bakit binigyan natin sila ng satellite office dito. May satellite office po ang operator dito sa loob ng kampo para in close coordination sila. And also lahat ng data nila pinapasa po. Nakikita po natin yan. Data regarding the car or the bus and data regarding the passengers.
Kapag tinatanong po din sila, kung naayon po ba sa standard ng kanilang operation, so that is affirmative. Now, my question is, does HMC has a special division to say to confirm yung sinasabi po ng operator? Meron po ba kayong third party para po i-auto check yung veracity of information that you derive from the operator?
Third party, wala po tayong third party. But we have our traffic division which is under also under ano talaga nangyari, and also kinamusta natin yung lagay niya. Tinanong din po natin yung background niya, yung day-to-day activity niya. Siyempre, my assumption can never be, it's my personal opinion. Yung assumption ko po, nung kausap ko siya, I cannot disclose. Diba? Kasi parang improper for me to disclose dahil I empathize also to everyone. I empathize with the victims, but I also empathize with the driver. Nung narinig ko po siya.
The last point po, would it be possible for us to have a copy of the contract, sir, between the HMC and the operator?
Regarding the contract, we will check with our legal if it's possible. No? I cannot confirm if we have NDA regarding that one. Kasi medyo matagal na po yung napirmahan natin. Last year pa po yun. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry to
So,
be.
follow up lang dun sa question ni Louie, because the trial, no, regarding lang sa contract, just the contract. Kasi di ba the trial period was set for 6 months from June to December? So was this extended or what did you do a contract na talaga?
Yes, so we were waiting for a proposal because they are supposed to set a proposal. So we allowed them to still go around because kinokompleto po nila yung kanilang data, no? Yung kanilang kailangan for the feasibility hindi pa po napipresent sa amin.
So parang holdover.
Yes. Thank you.
Hello.
So, President, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting us. First and foremost, we appreciate so much for the immediate or outright release of your feedback. Your presentation regarding the incident last Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe the status during your conversation with the victims, if they are willing to file a case against, I don't know.
Yeah. Yung question na yan, hindi po namin tinanong sa kanila. Ang tinanong lang po namin sa kanila is kung kamusta na sila. Kasi pag-file po ng kaso, even po doon sa nabawian ng buhay kagabi, never po namin tinanong kung magpa-file sila because it's tulad nga po ng usapan namin kanina ni Station 4, ang pag-file po ng kaso is between the victim and the respondent, no? So, ayaw po namin makialam dyan. Pero kung kailangan po nila ng assistance from us, regardless if it's the victim or the driver, kung ano man po yung kanilang assistance na kailangan, doon po kami papasok. Kasi ayaw po natin ng ma-brand as bias or something. No, we empathize.
Money is 100% safe. No? This is an isolated incident. No? This is an isolated incident. Wala pong may kagustuhan ng nangyari, pero syempre nangyari na, and we respond accordingly. And tulad nga po ng sabi ko kanina, hindi lang po yung bus or yung tao or yung operator ang ina-assess namin, including our facilities na rin. No? Yung walkway po, yung
Fence na, yung daan, yung condition po ng road, lahat po yan under assessment po sa amin ngayon. Busy po ang ating mga katauhan ngayon. Kaninang umaga pa po, nandito kami since it's Monday, 6 a.m. Umiikot na po ang aming lab dito. Prepare an initial assessment dun sa area kung ano po yung kailangan. Kung kailangan bang expand natin yung walkway, kailangan ba natin lagyan ng railings na yung area, kailangan ba natin tapalan ng asphalt yung road, lahat po ng assessment nila, and also lahat ng nakalap namin na suggestions, pinagsasama-sama namin. And yan ang magiging most priority namin ngayon, no? Yung safety and security of everyone. So, I repeat, Camp John Hay is 100% safe. The operator, of course, pays for the salaries of their employees, no? Because like what I've said, there's no employer-employee contract with the DHMC and the operator. No? Ang amin po is pinayagan natin sila to conduct and also magkaroon tayo or ma-amplify yung experience ng mga tao dito sa loob, no? Yung magandang experience ng tao sa loob. No? Regarding naman sa pagmamanage nila, yun po yung hindi natin masasagot because they are a different entity already. Tulad nung sabi ko kanina, kaya po under assessment din yan. Kaya po under assessment din yung condition, yung fit to work factor ng mga tao. Kaya po pinapa-assess natin kasi hindi naman natin nakita yan before. Tulad po ng sabi ko, it's an isolated case, hindi natin nakita yan before. But then again, dahil gusto natin lahat ng angulo covered, that's the reason why we want to assess it also. Dahil tama po kayo, gusto natin ma-secure yung mga sumasakay, no, ang recipient po or the people inside the camp na sumasakay po niyan. So, gusto natin silang ma-secure, kaya po hindi lang mismong bus, hindi lang mismong operator, we will include in our assessment the condition or the fit to work factor of their employees, no, na magiging or magtatrabaho inside the camp. As far as these days is concerned, ma'am, I can only answer for JCMC because yun lang po yung kaya kong confirm sa inyo and within my authority, John Hay lang po yung kaya kong sagutin. For them, maybe you can reserve your question to them.
But will you look at the possibility of um, talking with the provider in blood?
We are always open, tulad po na sabi namin. Pero wala pa pong, just to disclose, wala pa naman kaming kausap na iba. Dahil itong incident nangyari lang noong Friday, wala pa po kaming ibang nasa isip kundi i-assess muna lahat ng bagay, including our facilities. And then moving forward, we are always open, no? Our doors are always open, not only to them, but other providers as well. Thank you.
Wala sa no? O wala nang interview after. O,
Yes. Yun lang ang hinihingi ko rin po, no, na with respect to the family ng mga victims natin, no, nabigay ko na po lahat ng info na pwede kong ibigay. I think hindi na natin kailangan ng second round for this incident, no, unless meron po kayong may bagong query na hindi pa nasagot talaga. We invited them, but syempre, we invited them earlier also, pero meron po silang prior commitment na. In fact, meron silang, if okay lang sa inyo, may sinend sa akin na ano ba tawag dito, na statement nila. Basahin ko na rin. So, this is the statement of the provider. With respect to the provider. Sinend po sa akin ito kanina with the quote na kayo na po, sir, ang mag-present or kayo na lang po, sir, ang mag-present. The Cordillera Basic Sector Transport Cooperative was saddened by the tragic accident that occurred at 3:06 p.m. on January 16, 2026 at Scout Hill, Camp John A, involving one of our electric vehicles. We express our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who lost their life in this unfortunate incident. As for the injured, we wish them a speedy recovery. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family affected by this accident. We are working closely with the authorities to ensure that the victims receive the necessary assistance and support. The Cordillera Basic Sector Transport Cooperative will do its best to assist the victims and their families in difficult times. We will also fully cooperate with the investigation being conducted by the authorities to determine the cause of the accident while conducting our own internal investigation. We assure the public that we will comply with all government regulations and take all necessary steps to ensure the safety of our passengers and the general public. We appreciate the public's understanding and cooperation as we work through this challenging situation. Once again, we offer our sincerest apologies and condolences to the family and of the deceased and those affected by this accident. Sincerely, the CBSTC. So, that's their official statement.
Pero sino po yung kausap ninyo sa CBS?
I've been closely coordinating and also he is being also very collaborative and very cooperative naman si President nila, si Mr. Judwal.
Currently, sir, Mr. Judwal is ousted as president of CBSTC. Just recently.
With that, sir, that's their issue. That's another issue. I'm not part of their company, and I'm not sure if what's his official stand. But siya po yung nag-send sa akin ng statement.
Kasi sir, May personality ng CBSTC, aside from Mr. Tutuan.
We recognize that, and we also, syempre, tulad nga po ng sabi ko, sila po yung kausap natin and we cannot speak for them. That's their identity. Wala po kaming, that's beyond our reach.
Sa CBSTC na lang yung lagay natin.
Yes.
Ano,
Yun naman po yung nakalagay dito.
Pag lagyan natin si BSPC, mas awag. Dalawang grupo yan.
Grupo yun eh.
Sige po, wala nang nakatanong na. Closing messages, sir, and more announcements.
Yeah, so, ito lang po ang masasabi ko sa mga bisita natin and also the community. Uulitin ko po, ang Camp Janay is 100% safe. We are saddened by the accident, but this is an isolated one. No, we take full responsibility. Sabi ko nga po, with our humanitarian considerations and moral obligation, nakikipagtulungan po kami kung kailangan niyo po ng tulong. Open po ang office namin para po maituro namin kayo sa tamang direction, or kung kami po ang pwedeng tumulong sa inyo, we will do it. No? Ang kampo po, safe po. No? Wala po kaming nakikitang ibang paraan para ipaliwanag ang safety, kundi puntahan nyo na lang po. No? Ang very active po ang ating emergency response unit. No? Tulad nga po ng sabi ko, binuo po natin yan last year, na hanggang ngayon po constantly upgrade po sila. No? Marami pong learning sa nangyari. Pero ang ang Janay Management Corporation is proud of our emergency response team because of the efficiency, no? Efficiency of whatever accident that happens, no? And also we are proud na sa iba nang gagaling yan, no? Hindi sa amin, no? Tulad na lang kanina, several agencies na in coordination with us, pinuri po ang ating emergency response unit because of their very fast response. Yun lang po, maraming salamat at magandang araw po na ipagdadaan na kayo amin.